One particularly nice aspect to invertebrate recording is in front of you here, not necessarily the species, but the location. I do like invertebrates that turn up at the back door, as in the case of this Harvestman or Apilione. This is Apilio. Apparently, it's regarded as being a species potentially under threat by a newcomer. Now, the general consensus regarding the UK status of Apilio, the species here, is that it is a species which is indeed under potential threat from the invasive Apilio. Now, both Apilio and Apilio, based on the evidence and records of Dillis and myself, can and indeed do coexist quite happily. Over the years, and we've studied Harvestman for many years, we found no evidence to suggest that Apilio here was being ousted from its range and known size by the beautifully orange Apilio. And indeed, on many occasions we found the two species cohabiting on the same wall. Never saw any evidence of interactions between the two species, and with no evidence at all to suggest that Apilio is indeed under threat, but that is the current opinion amongst Apilione aficionados, so to speak. Here at home, I get both species on the yard. Apilio often turns up like this, sat openly on the wall, head down, in your typical Apilione fashion, whereas Apilio often turns up on the plants in the plant pots that I have lining the length of the yard. It's often tucked away in amongst the foliage, but it will occasionally turn up on the wall, and the two species must obviously meet from time to time when they're out hunting. But saying our records over the past decade or so suggest that this species isn't under any threat from Canistrini. Neither does it seem to be under threat from any of the other invasive harvestmen that have reached the UK shores over recent years. Species such as Libunum species A, we found Apilio in with aggregations actually of Libunum species A on occasion, and after Libunum species A on the walls of Worksop Priory, this harvestman is the commonest. Occasionally you would get Apilio and of course Dicranopulpus ramosus. So hopefully the future is secure for our native Apilio. It is a lovely marked harvestman. Harvestmen are great. They really are. Even if you're an arachnophobe, these are nothing to be frightened of. If you handle these, they're just very lightly ticklish. But they can't bite, perfectly harmless, and are sort of part of a clean-up crew around the walls of your house. So this is the Apilio, and thankfully I haven't had to move little more than a foot to film this little chap.